Chelsea and Arsenal lineups. A couple of changes from last Wednesday when Chelsea drew 2-2 at Arsenal. Craig Bakayoko drops to the bench. Gary Cahill's not in the 18. Incoming Drinkwater and Rudiger.
Well, not only a very strong first 11 for Chelsea, but a very strong bench. As you can see in there, Fabregas and Hazard will float about. Kante and Drinkwater in particular will probably sit a bit deeper, particularly Kante there. But when you look at this as the Carabao Cup, which is the fourth most important competition for these teams, this is a very strong Chelsea side tonight.
What about Arsenal? And Arsene Wenger makes 3 changes from last Wednesday in that 2-2 draw with Chelsea. Petr Cech is not the League Cup goalkeeper. He's not in the 18. Mesut Ozil has failed a fitness test on a knee problem. And Alexis Sanchez drops to the bench from last week. Incoming Ospina, Iwobi and Welbeck.
Well, Ozil's a big bloke because he was excellent in the league game 1 week ago. As with Sanchez now, make up your own mind why he's on the bench, but he is. Bonus having Lacazette up front with the injury to Giroud, but can they get the support up to him? And I think every Arsenal fan is thinking and wondering what kind of performance they're going to get from that back line.
Incredible when you think that Arsene Wenger has won 7 FA Cups with Arsenal. Won't be an 8th this season, but he's never won the League Cup. Including the friendly in July. This will be the 7th meeting in the last 11 months. We have 3 officials in the middle. Martin Atkinson, Stephen Child and Peter Kirkup. We also, about 16 miles away in Uxbridge, have Neil Swarbrick and VAR. Video assist is available today in English club football for the 2nd time after being used in the FA Cup tie between Brighton and Palace on Monday. What do you expect today, Craig?
Same as we got last week in the 2-2 draw. I'm expecting an open game. I know it's 2 legs, but you know, Chelsea will be thinking, particularly with the Arsenal team, that there's goals in this game for them tonight. And Arsenal will be looking to rebound off after the back of the very disappointing performance at Nottingham Forest. So I'm expecting 2 sides to have a goal for sure.
Chelsea favourites. A lot of injuries for Arsenal. Ramsey, Giroud, Monreal, Kolasinac, Koscielny and Cazorla. These are the 11 players tasked for Arsenal getting to a final next month. And for Chelsea, the favourites, Morata and Hazard in attack. Really entertaining fixture last Wednesday. Wilshere giving Arsenal the lead. Eden Hazard and Marcos Alonso with the goals. We thought we'd get them 3 points until Hector Bellerin scored the equaliser right at the death. A few injury doubts for Arsenal as well as those who miss out. But Mustafi and Xhaka have both passed fitness tests. Here's Jack Wilshere captaining Arsenal today. An Exocet missile for Rob Holding. New deal for Andreas Christensen. Talented 21-year-old for Chelsea. Signed until 2022. Here's N'Golo Kante. Eden Hazard. Alvaro Morata. Flag stays down. Maybe lacking support in the middle.
Yeah, the support arrived a little bit late, Mark, but this is a guy who really had a horrendous night in terms of finishing at the Emirates. He had, and he's onside here, lovely little ball. He had 3 or 4 clear-cut chances to put that game to bed and was criticised very heavily for his performance, and rightly so.
Away cheaply by Maitland-Niles. Good strength against Danny Drinkwater. So Arsene Wenger's on the far side today. So he's going to have to cross the pitch to give the halftime team talk. It's the 2nd of 3 matches in the stand after the touchline ban for his outspoken comments about Mike Dean. 40,000 less. There's a Iwobi for Welbeck. fixture last Wednesday really came to life in the second half. It was goalless for over an hour. Iwobi.
It was goalless, but it was good.
Excellent.
It was goalless because Morata missed chances, Arsenal missed chances, goalkeepers made some good saves. It was a pretty open game.
Arsene Wenger's no stranger to sitting in the stands here at Stamford Bridge. He was sent there last February and ended up sitting beside his gardener. It was the gardener that pointed that out, not Arsene. He remarked in a press conference yesterday that his garden is rather large and he's never seen his garden work. Here's Rob Holding. Forward by Granit Xhaka. Interesting to see if the duo of Lacazette and Welbeck are exactly that, or if it's one up, one off. I thought it would be Lacazette up with Welbeck and Iwobi off, but it was Welbeck then who was the most advanced. I'm sure they'll switch.
Yeah, I think Welbeck's just going to work off the left-hand side, help Maitland-Niles out, make those little out-to-in diagonal runs now and again to get close enough to Lacazette to offer some support. And Iwobi the same from the other side.
Maitland-Niles. Morata. Challenged by Mustafi. Struggling with a knock. Nice flick by Hazard from Morata. Manchester City have the upper hand in the other semi-final. Sergio Aguero's late winner against Bristol City yesterday. Second leg in a couple of weeks. It's been an up and down season for Arsenal, but they are unbeaten against Chelsea.
Bit of pressure on Iwobi tonight after his exploits, shall we say, ahead of the the Nottingham Forest FA Cup debacle, where he was, shall I say, allegedly?
Say what you like. You're the one who'll be getting into trouble, depending on your words.
He was supposedly out when he shouldn't have been.
Press from Chelsea here. Away by Ospina, League Cup goalkeeper for Arsenal this season. He's played in 2 of the 3 games. Both Chelsea and Arsenal have been at home in all of their ties. Chelsea beating Forest, Everton and Bournemouth. Arsenal beating Doncaster, Norwich after extra time, and West Ham. Played by Maitland-Niles, but once again the distribution leaving a bit to be desired. Fabregas quickly, his fellow countryman Alonso. This is good from Chelsea. Frustration from Fabregas as it went between the 2 teammates. A lot of headlines made by Antonio Conte over the last week to 10 days regarding a public spat with Jose Mourinho that seems to be blown a little bit out of proportion. Spilicueta captaining Chelsea tonight. No Gary Cahill in the 18, the club captain. Here's Rudiger. Pulls off well Morata.
Yeah, bad ball, but that's the really poor ball from Morata, but that's the second time already in the game. He's dropped off one of the 3 centre halves and he's been able to turn. He's been able to turn round and play a pass. Okay, it wasn't a good pass, but somebody has to get a lot tighter to him than that. You can't just allow a guy to get turned in there and then have Hazard making little runs off him.
He received a lot of criticism, Morata, for his performance against Arsenal last week, but quite rightly so. I saw a lot of Chelsea fans on Twitter saying he's not frightened, he'll still get back into those positions, and he isn't put off by a miss. He'll keep going, and
How about 4?
well, he still goes after them.
Well, he has to. He's got no choice. It's his job.
First corner of the game goes Arsenal's way. Doesn't need anybody to tell him, Morata, that he should have done better in some of those finishes.
Well, he's leading the line now. He's not the bit part player that he sometimes was at Real Madrid and Juventus. He's the one that Chelsea hang their hat on.
Xhaka has delivered better corners. Bellerin. Alonso's had a good season. Another one for Chelsea. Ball retention from both sides in the opening 9 minutes or so. Left a bit to be desired. Callum Chambers. It was a defeat at Arsenal for Chelsea last September that persuaded Antonio Conte to switch to a 3-4-3 formation. It's pretty successful, Craig Burley.
It certainly was last season. Very successful. That 13-game winning streak that Chelsea went on just cemented their title. A bit like what Man City are doing this year. It's not quite but is consistent this year. Well, it's been nowhere near as consistent. And a poor ball out the back there.
Xhaka forward quickly. Christensen benefited greatly from a couple of years on loan in the Bundesliga with Borussia Mönchengladbach.
I think what Arsenal are trying to do when they have the ball wide is when Lacazette comes short and shows for it, they're hoping Christensen steps out with him, and then that's when Welbeck's trying to make that run, that diagonal run inside. We'll look for that ball earlier there. It wasn't a great ball, but Christensen's just got to be mindful that when he steps out, not to leave too big a space or he's got some cover.
Morata really well. Victor Moses. Seen that diagonal ball a lot from Azpilicueta. This time it was for Morata. For Marcos Alonso, it's usually for Morata.
Yeah, it was Chambers with the cover. Bellerin had he just got wrong side of Alonso there.
Volley from Victor Moses. Away by Lacazette. Moses sent off in the FA Cup final between these two teams last May. So finds Marcos Alonso. Godran Mustafi. Hands up if you remember him playing for Everton. I don't see too many hands up. He only played in the Europa League. So he's 3 years at Goodison Park. Never played in the Premier League. Ended up at Valencia before arriving in North London with Arsenal. Short this time from Azpilicueta. Provided a number of assists for Morata's goals this season. Behind by Rudiger. It's well worked out there from Arsenal. Really well done. Here's Wilshere. Options on the right. Iwobi. He might have wanted that played early. Maitland-Niles. And Lacazette, they're just coming short. It's an ambitious pass to Maitland-Niles.
Well, I think when you break away like Arsenal did there, and it was excellent play, just you want to see Iwobi there fizzing something into the box, you know, drive something low across. You know, Lacazette's not. Welbeck might win a header at the back post, Lacazette unlikely, but at least put something in there. Nice play.
It's good from Arsenal. Wilshere for Bellerin. Emptying ball and had to be dealt with by Azpilicueta.
Well, this is exactly the ball I was talking about. I mean, it's not a great ball, but at least it makes Chelsea defend the situation.
Second leg at the Emirates, Wednesday, 24th of January. We'll have that one for you on ESPN 3. Along with the second leg, Bristol City, Manchester City. Wilshere. Foot in by Marcos Alonso. Early delivery for Morata. This is his first start in the League Cup this season, Alvaro Morata. Off the bench and was the hero against Bournemouth last month. Stoppage time winner. Good move for Drinkwater from Leicester, teaming up with his former teammate, N'Golo Kante. A lot of speculation about his future. Is that just paper talk?
Whose future?
Antonio Conte.
No, I don't think so. I think he's made it clear that he himself doesn't see it as a long-term project. Wants to go back to Italy, I think, rather quickly. Is unhappy with a lot of the transfer activity, or has been, but then again, show me a manager that isn't.
Speaking of managerial speculation, Carlo Ancelotti linked with Arsenal today.
Yeah, I don't quite get that, if I'm being honest with you. Not quite as good as he's been. I don't quite see him going in there and operating on a what would have to be a rebuild.
Quick pass from Morata looking for Moses. Frightened to pass the ball around the back, Arsenal. Iwobi. Here's Maitland-Niles. Intricate. Well defended by Azpilicueta. Couldn't really make that challenge just before that on Lacazette. Not a game where the goalkeepers are sending it long. Two teams that want to play football. Hazard fouled. And he's never out the papers, being linked with Real Madrid. It's that time of year though, transfer window's open. We'll need something to talk about.
There's a player in the system that Conte plays that he pretty much has free rein to go where he wants, and sometimes he drops short, quite a lot of times he drops short, but I've already seen him make some runs in behind. He's got tried to make another little one there, so he's always making the defenders and the midfielders think.
Iwobi, just a heavy touch at the end there, but perseverance earns himself a free kick. The foul by N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, Bellerin had made a good run. He didn't spot it. He's got the head down. Has a bad touch. Alonso makes the challenge. And I would have thought that would have been a yellow card, if I'm being honest with you. That's certainly a yellow card challenge for me from N'Golo Kante.
Not something that the video assistant would get involved in unless he thought it was a clear, blatant error made by the referee.
I'm surprised he's not carded him there.
Xhaka.
He can strike them, this fella.
Yeah, he can.
He certainly can. Two-man wall.
Scored against Liverpool last month. I think he fancies his chances here. We give him the build-up, he gets a corner. And a welcome to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea fans behind the goal. What a waste. It's turned into an Arsenal defensive display now because Hazard comes forward and Xhaka attracts the attention of Martin Atkinson.
Nutmeg here. Just catches him on the knee and over he goes. What a shambles of a corner kick from Arsenal.
Horrible.
Absolutely. What a waste.
Join us on Sunday, January 21st, as the US women's national team hosts Denmark from San Diego in an international friendly. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Take us with you as well if you're out and about. Streams live on the ESPN. Not to be this time for Morata. "20 minutes gone, Craig. KG, 0-0. Your thoughts?"
I think Arsenal look quite comfortable at the moment, and to be honest with you, Chelsea looking for the balls over the top from Morata and Eden Hazard. Haven't really troubled the back line of Arsenal at the moment, which I'm sure are as Arsenal fans' biggest worry or biggest concern when they saw and see that back three operating together. But so far they've been okay.
Chambers, Mustafi and holding the back three. Xhaka. He's stunning Welbeck. They're both very quick, Moses and Welbeck. Strange that Arsene Wenger has such a poor record alongside Jens Lehmann there in this competition.
Well, it's probably because they've never taken it as seriously as the others would be. I would imagine would be the case.
Lost to Chelsea in the final in 07. And behind for Lacazette. Flag stays down.
I tell you two things here. It's a really good run from Lacazette, and it's the ball's equal from Wilshere. But look at the amount of space Jack Wilshere's got. He's onside. Rudiger's playing him on. Really, for that standard of player, that's not a good finish at all, because it actually sits nice from here. Drill it low and across the goalkeeper. That's a poor finish, but an excellent ball from Wilshere, who had way too much time there just to get it on his left foot, his favoured left foot.
Scored for 7 games, Lacazette. His last goal start of December against Man United.
There's neither of these sides really playing a pressing game. If you watch Man City this season, which I'm sure most of you have, it really is an intense press when they put it on. Chelsea have pressed on the odd occasion, but it's kind of half-baked and hasn't been successful.
Potter trying to find Victor Moses, just running out of room. Interesting that shot of Arsene Wenger. The initial plan was for him to be in the director's box. Now he is over on the same side as the tunnel, alongside Jens Lehmann behind the media gallery. Ross Barkley not quite fit just yet, not ready to make his debut. 15 million when it looked like it was going to be 40 million if he'd gone in August.
Yeah, well, it's not his problem.
No.
His problem now is he's in the limelight, the real limelight, and getting a game in this Chelsea side is going to be difficult on a regular basis.
Hazard. Drink water. The strike and the follow-up is not available for Morata. The second attempt of Spina.
He's a lucky boy here, Ospina, because Morata is absolutely ready to go. He's offside as it was.
Yeah, I'm sure that Peter Kirkup would have put his flag up.
It didn't go up, but I think it would have done.
And by the way, if it didn't go up and the ball had ended up in the back of the net, it would not have counted, because it would have gone to video assist, which was used for the first time at Brighton Palace on Monday. But what a lot of people don't know, there were 11 decisions overall in that match that were analysed, including the 3 goals. Not one was deemed necessary to speak to the referee to get it changed.
Taking a few chances at the back, Arsenal. Quite willing to play it out. You mentioned that. That one almost Mustafi would never like to see the goalkeeper and centre half get as close as that.
Stevie Nicol, Bruce Grobbelaar, 4-all FA Cup. Edison Park. So I'll give that mention to Stevie at half time. The NFC boys will join us. Here's to Granit Xhaka from Maitland-Niles. Short, intricate passing on both sides so far. Welbeck wins it back well. Couple of chances, one at either end. Lacazette blasting over. Victor Moses' shot saved the second attempt by Ospina.
That ball over the top again for Hazard, but it's just a floated ball really, and it's too easy for Holding. I think, looking at this, Mark, Chelsea being the home side, they're allowing Arsenal much too easy possession for me. They're dropping way too deep. They're dropping off and just allowing Arsenal to have the ball. I think the initiative should be theirs, particularly at home, particularly with the players Arsenal have out.
We've seen in many competitions over the years, the first leg of semi-finals can be cagey affairs. Drink water. Can't win a tie in the first leg, but you can certainly lose it. Losing N'Golo Kante. Shoot the cry from the crowd. Alonso, who certainly can. And certainly does. There's a little touch there. Yes, there was. Arsenal concede their second corner.
Yeah, not a lot of options here. Look at the red shirts surrounding Alvaro Morata. So no real option for Marcus Alonso, but to shift it onto the left peg, try and get the strike away.
Chambers with the touch. Short corner. Xhaka. Everyone back for Arsenal. Rudiger. Marcus Alonso. Frightened to come short, Eden Hazard. Got the better of Maitland-Niles. Victor Moses. Second chance. Actually done well there, Ospina at his near post, but that was well played by Victor Moses, and Chelsea still they come forward. Hazard. Well read Bellerin. Wilshere. Tempo just increased over the last minute or two. With the noise from the stands. Queta's no slouch either.
No, great defender, really is. Young fullback slipped here. Maitland-Niles just lost his foot and that allowed Moses to get in. Tried to play the ball across. Could have played it across the face of that 6-yard box again. I think he tries to catch the goalkeeper napping it in their post. He does well, actually, Espina in the end.
Arsenal's third corner.
The young fullback, Maitland-Niles, could just do a little bit of help on that side.
Natural fullback, of course. Then goes Azpilicueta. Chambers said he didn't do anything. Azpilicueta points to Stephen Child, the assistant. And Chambers laughs it off. This is why.
It just shoves him over. I mean, that's pretty clear.
Contact though with Neil Swarbrick. About 16 miles away at Stockley Park in Uxbridge.
I mean, it's not. Yeah.
It's a word for both. Could it be a good thing? VAR, the implementation?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Still to be convinced?
Well, I just want to see it a bit more and iron out all the bits that need ironing out. It's never going to be 100% correct, but you know me, I've always got an open mind. Right, Martin, come on, get it. Right. Let's get this thing rolling here. Come on.
As long as it's not the ball, it will delay things even more. Applause from the Chelsea fans. Oh, come on, less of the objects. It's 2 from 2, Xhaka, with poor corners. Switch of sides from Wilshere to Callum Chambers. ESPN 3's your home for the second legs of the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. On Tuesday, January 23rd, 2:30 Eastern, Bristol City 2-1 down against Manchester City. They were excellent yesterday at the Etihad. And then the following day, it's the second leg of this one, 2:55 Eastern on ESPN 3. Again, take us with you. Stream us on your TV through the ESPN. Half an hour gone. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0 at Stamford Bridge. No surprise that these two teams are locked together. Well played by Maitland-Niles to get the corner. 2-2 last week, 0-0 here in September, 1-1 in the Community Shield, which Arsenal won on penalties. We get a decent one from Xhaka here.
Let's see if we can actually get it airborne.
Well, it's in
the quadrant. That'll help.
So that's part one done. Chelsea fans having a laugh now. Better delivery. That was a chance. Not sure if there was the slightest of touches before it got to Mustafi. He was just put off by something. It's quick, intricate passing. Fabregas through. He was trying to get it out to Victor Moses. Played by Iwobi. And by Kante. It's gone through spurts of the tempo increasing. Fabregas got away with that pass. So Chelsea new boy, Ross Barkley earlier. Arsenal have got a new signing on the bench, Konstantinos Mavropanos. Speculation about Alexis Sanchez. If he goes, would they get Mahrez in? Ifs, buts, maybes. Azpilicueta with that famous diagonal pass. Eden Hazard, says Fabregas. Niles cannot prevent the corner.
Nice play between the two, arguably the two best technicians on the field, and Hazard and Fabregas. Fabregas always been able to pick a lock.
An Arsenal player, of course.
Yeah.
8 years in the Emirates. Drink water. Oh. Blame the bobble. And a little look at the ground.
That one's well down the Fulham Road.
You were at Chelsea for 10 years. What was your League Cup record like?
Can I be honest with you?
You don't remember?
Correct.
Alexis Sanchez on the bench today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be speculation all January, isn't it? Is it going to happen? Is it Man City? Is he going to hang on? Are Arsenal going to refuse? Certainly not an ideal scenario with such a big game away at London rivals, and he's on the bench. If you want to put 2 and 2 together and make 5, that's up to you.
Well, he started against Chelsea last Wednesday. We may see him later. Two cup competitions, Arsenal still in the Europa League, round of 32. Probably the best draw they could have had against the Swedish side Östersunds, managed by an Englishman, Graham Potter. Chelsea, meanwhile, in the Champions League round of 16, they've got Barcelona.
Well, he's given it for the foul on Fabregas. Not this one. I think while there's not a lot in it, he just comes down the back. Not that challenge. The previous one just caught Eden Hazard on the back of the Achilles.
Once again, video assist. And Swarbrick, the Premier League referee, as he was on Monday. He was in the VAR HQ. Double checking everything was fine. That's a poor pass by Fabregas. Wilshere looking for that.
Yeah, he's not running past Rudiger there.
It's a long way round as well. Mata is fouled by Mustafi. There'll be a fair few that will fancy this free kick. David Luiz is on the bench today, having recovered from injury, but when he's fit, he's struggled to get in the team ahead of Andreas Christensen.
Yeah, he doesn't fancy him, does he? And he's had a few issues early in the season, out with the match day as well. So he's pretty much made his mind up, the Chelsea coach. He's not going to shoot from here. I'm almost sure he's going to just try and throw this in.
Let's keep tabs on Victor Moses on the right hand side of your screen. Unmarked right now, maybe coming in at the back. We'll soon see. Just to make that run. For N'Golo Kante.
In all fairness, Lacazette gets across. He's not getting there, but at least he's in the eye line of N'Golo Kante. Who, listen, if that's the free kick you're going to work, is there not a better guy to have coming onto it?
Pieces today from both sides have been poor. Sunday, January 21st, it's the United States women's national team against Denmark in San Diego in an international friendly. We've got it for you on ESPN, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 local time. Also streams live on the ESPN app. It's 0-0 at Stamford Bridge. Just under 8 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. Mark Donaldson, Craig Burley for the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg time. Strengths of the game so far, Lacazette him over after 22 minutes. Chelsea have had a few looks to Moses, a couple of shots from the right-hand side. Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City or Bristol City who will take over as holders from Manchester United, who beat Southampton last February 3-2. Ibrahimovic scoring the winner 3 minutes from time. Here's Iwobi. It's well played. Put Maitland-Niles in support if he wants. And he wins it back. Good save, Courtois. That was sloppy defending by Chelsea now. That was a risky challenge from Moses. It's a goal kick. It could have been a lot worse.
I think because is it Maitland-Niles? I think he goes down late. I'm not sure Moses sees him coming. You know, the referee's discussing this with Rudiger. Really just dabs a horrendous ball back out. It's quite a comfy save for Courtois. And I tell you what, if he'd have gone straight down here, well, he actually huddles over and then loses his footing. But it was a close one.
Interesting. Here we go.
Yeah. I've had a look at it, and it was mightily close.
Well, they say it takes between 30 and 40 seconds. That will be the stoppage when necessary.
Well, if it need to look at it a few times, yeah. But I think that was relatively straightforward.
And there's things that can be done instantaneously as well, without the play being stopped.
Decent shape for Arsenal at the moment. They're just trying to keep themselves as compact as possible when they haven't got the ball, and it's working not too bad for them. Yeah, Espina's had to make a couple of saves. You've always got to be wary of Azad and Fabregas in particular prodding those little balls. But so far, from an Arsenal perspective, has been relatively comfortable.
Yeah, he's pretty happy. He will get access to changing room at half-time, Arsene Wenger. Five to go until the break. 0-0 at Stamford Bridge, as it was back in September in the Premier League. Drinkwater. One back by Arsenal.
Yeah, he's a tidy player, Drinkwater, but you think about the difference with Bakayoko and the running power that he has in there. It's incredible. I mean, he hasn't quite hit the ground running like he was playing at Monaco, but that can happen for him. He's such a powerful player.
Bakayoko's on the bench today. It's a stronger Chelsea bench.
It's a very strong Chelsea bench.
There's Maitland-Niles. Welbeck as well against Drinkwater. Fouled initially. Stay tuned at half-time. The ESPN FC boys will have the first half highlights. The take of Alejandro Moreno and Stevie Nicol, if any of the decisions which the video assistant referee had a look at maybe wrong. Stevie, Ali and Dan have. A decent set piece from Granit Xhaka. That's not it.
If I'm playing and he keeps scooping balls into the box like that, I'm like, right, you off. I don't mean off as in sub. I mean just off the set pieces. Get somebody else on them. You can't keep getting decent possessions and then throwing horrible lobs in like that.
The early touch for Eden Hazard. That's excellent play from Maitland-Niles just to come across his path, and Ospina as well coming out quickly.
Lovely flick from Fabregas. There's that little out to in diagonal run. You're absolutely right. As he goes straight through that three-man back line, there's the youngster getting around. He's quick. He is very, very quick, Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, he earned the praise of Arsene Wenger for learning, in essence, a new position. Kolasinac has had his injury issues this season. This kid has done well deputising. He's away from Moses, but not as Piliqueta. Transfer news. Francis Coquelin Craig maybe going to Valencia, 12 million. Coquelin not in the 18 today. He may have played his last game for the football club. Morata against Mustafi again. Remember about 5-10 minutes ago, the arms over the shoulder.
Well, the one thing I would say here is, right, and Mustafi is getting very tight, and Morata's looking to go to ground really easily, right? But so he's an international footballer as a defender. He's got to suss that out now. He knows Morata's going to throw himself over. He cannot be putting his arms around or on his shoulders, because as soon as he feels contact, he's going to go down. And whether you agree or not, it's going to make the referee make a decision.
Still no yellow cards in this one. Fabregas over this one.
Somebody has to get round the back here. Hazard's looking, I think, for that little run bent round.
Just wondered if VAR will get rid of all the nonsense. Welbeck with the header. Chelsea's corner. Or will it make players think twice, knowing that can be reviewed if there's incidents now?
No.
Hazard for Fabregas. Kante's still an option if he wants to come back the way. Switch for Piliqueta. In for Fabregas.
Well, certainly not his forte, is it? Scoring headers, drifting in, but how he drifts in between all those red shirts and is so free is a worry. I understand them going for goal here, of course I do. He's want to go back across away from the goalkeeper. He could have laid it back across the 6-yard box as well. He did have support in there.
I'm just surprised the amount of time and space as Piliqueta gets in that area, and has done this season. Surely if you know he's capable of providing assists with that diagonal ball, you've got someone closing him down a bit quicker than they have done. Ball to Martin Atkinson. Hazard from Morata, and dealt with by Wilshere. A good tussle in this first half between Moses and Maitland-Niles. This time from this Piliqueta. He was a good 4 or 5 feet behind the line. The majority of his body, Ospina, for that save from Fabregas' header. His arms at least a couple of feet in play. Down the stairs for the half-time team talk goes Arsene Wenger, with the referee's whistle coming now. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. First leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Stamford Bridge was from ESPN FC. Stevie Nicol, Alejandro Moreno and Dan Thomas next with the first half highlights. Perfect timing. Arsene's ready, so we can begin. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0 at half-time. So Stevie and Ali thought it was a penalty, Craig Burley. Did you?
Well, I didn't at the time, no, and I'm still on the side of no. I mean, whilst Martin Atkinson didn't go across and look at it, Neil Swarbrick in the Premier League studios must have saw some different angles and then communicated that back to Martin Atkinson that there was potentially no contact as Maitland-Niles hurdled the challenge. Anyway,
Hazard, Moses, Fabregas had made the run from deep. Right start to the second half from Chelsea. Arsene Wenger, though, surely pretty happy at half-time. No clean sheets in 5 and 12 goals conceded. Still 0-0. Kante! Lassie's own man, looked like that was Christensen. It was a bad good one, that corner. Good bad one. Here's Rudiger. They've started this second half with a purpose.
Yeah, good defending there from Mustafi in the end. You're right, this comes off his own player. It was a bad corner from Fabregas. It somehow managed to find its way all the way across the box.
Another short one. Hazard. Flick by Alonso Christensen.
Should score, it's as simple as that. Once this flick comes in, he's round the back, he's away from his man. He's onside. Is it Mustafi that's supposed to be picking him up? It is, it's poor marking. Steps out, you've got to stay with your man there. That's not a good header, that's a poor header. A really poor header. Similar to Fabregas just before half time. Not difficult to keep that down.
His last goal was for his country. In that playoff in Dublin against the Republic of Ireland, Andreas Christensen. It's calmly done by Rob Holding. This is Jack Wilshere. Well, the capacity at Stamford Bridge is 41,841. Attendance just short of 41,000. It is a sellout. Remaining seats required for segregation purposes. Flipped it the wrong way, Hazard. Groans. He will be. Reads the game very well. It's Miliqueta. Again, touch tight to Welbeck. The yellow boots fail Fabregas this time.
You do feel, and I touched on it in the first half, whilst Chelsea had a few chances, the onus on them being the home side really to push the game a little bit more is, I think, it's a must. I don't think the pace of the tempo was enough for them, the speed of passing, the closing Arsenal down. When Arsenal got possession for a home side, even in a two-legged tie, wasn't enough for me. When you think about Sanchez on the bench, Ozil out, Ramsey out, Giroud out, Monreal, Kolasinac, Koscielny, the list goes on.
It's not quite the reserves of Sunday, just 30 Premier League starts between that team, but
no. There's a lot of experience not playing for Arsenal tonight.
Well read by Kante. Alonso wants it quickly to the left. And it gets there eventually. Nicely done by the Spaniards. To his countryman, Cesc Fabregas. Well read by Callum Chambers. It's not a first choice Arsenal defence, but it's doing all right so far. Here's Hazard though. The defence under pressure once more. Drink water. Too slow.
Too fancy. Got it back, got lucky there.
0-0 in a semi-final first leg tie. 6-0 up in a testimonial with flicks and tricks. Wilshere. read by Rudiger. Will we see our first card? The answer was pretty obvious.
Put in a bad position after the bad pass from Jack Wilshere. They're trying to play out from the back. And once he goes to ground here, Granit Xhaka, then it has to be spot on, and it wasn't. I do feel Kante should have been booked in the first half early for his challenge, though. Not a lot of difference between the two, to be honest with you. Alonso a bit of a specialist these days from set pieces.
Yeah, 6 league goals this season, including a couple of free kicks. Unless he's the decoy here, we'll soon find out. Corner counts. Continues to go up for Chelsea. This is number 7. Short one. A fair bit of perspiration in this one, but inspiration so far is a bit lacking. KG first leg of the semi-final. It's not the first and it won't be the last. Here's Azpilicueta. Watching the run made by Fabregas, and Azpilicueta had the ball there. He's a bit more advanced in the second half than he was in the first half, Fabregas. He's pushed him on a little bit. It's good pressing to win it back. Alonso to Azar. The arm was up. The referee's not interested. Moses. But he's hurt. He's made of some tough stuff, Jack Wilshere.
No, comes off his side first. It's a perfectly legitimate closing down of the ball there from Mustafi.
That was a better corner. Really has become a menace from set pieces, Alonso.
Yeah, it should get there actually. It's the best corner of the night by far. That being said, it's been a low bar that's been set. But he gets across his man there, gets across the near post, and doesn't get any contact on the ball whatsoever.
As Wilshere gets treatment. It's an interesting one with the arm up, but it hits the body first.
Yeah, well, it's not. As soon as it hits the body, it can't be a free kick. But the interesting thing here is Wilshere's gesticulating that when he closed the ball down for the cross, that the ball caught him in the foot and his foot just rotated and it twisted it. It kind of twists the knee a little bit. I've had that issue myself once, and it can be a big problem for a player, especially like Wilshere, who's had his fair share of injury problems. I just saw him motioning to the physio there that's what happened. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Well, Dan, Ali and Stevie were talking at half-time about Sanchez being on the bench.
This is it here, watch.
Yeah.
Just catches him in the toe and it just kind of rotates sometimes it can just rotate the knee a little bit.
Looks okay. Tell us a lot about the first substitution if he had to go off. As Stevie said at half-time, tells us a lot that Sanchez isn't playing today and he's on the bench. Wilshere's back on and we continue. Chelsea have had by far the better of the opening 10 minutes. Courtois has been a spectator at the other end.
Well, although Chelsea have started the second half better, I still think I don't think I'll be surprised if he's not going to make a change in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm thinking a little bit of pace in the side, whether it's Bakayoko for Drinkwater or Willian coming on. Willian would just, for me, give an extra bit of pace to this Chelsea attack.
Morata denied by Ospina. Wilshere still struggling.
I think this is always comfortable for Ospina here. As Morata gets turned, first time he's found himself being able to let that ball run across his body and get a strike on goal. Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's such an innocuous sort of looking incident where you've just closed the ball down. You probably do that, you know, a dozen times in a game, and sometimes it just the foot catches you at the wrong angle, and it can be, and it is, by the looks of it, quite a problem for Wilshere.
Now, I can understand why it's not Sanchez, and it's a like-for-like change. Elneny coming on to partner Xhaka in front of the back four.
Well, he's got nobody else that can, you know, he's got nobody else that can go in there and sit next to Granit Xhaka if he doesn't do this.
No, it's the obvious replacement. It tells us that we'll be perfectly happy with a 0-0. We've got one here in September in the league. I'd love to take a draw back to the Emirates in a fortnight's time. Push from Morata, not given.
It was those two players again. It was Mustafi and Morata. Now, I don't think Morata really does much wrong there. It's once tell me what he's supposed to do there. Once Mustafi makes a decision to try and go over him or jump for the ball, he doesn't alter his body. He doesn't put his arms out. It's just a poor decision, I think, from the defender. Just stay goal side. Don't take those chances.
The armband has been handed over to Shkodran Mustafi from Wilshere. Got some more football action for you later this month on ESPN. Join us on Sunday, January 21st, as the US women's national team hosts Denmark in beautiful San Diego in an international friendly. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN, 4:30 local time. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app. Take us with you wherever you go. Here's Kante. Rudiger. He's brought down by Xhaka for the only yellow card of the game 7 minutes ago.
See Fabregas just a little deeper there. For me, you could take Drinkwater off, have Kante and Fabregas just a little deeper, particularly Kante. Fabregas can still pick a pass from that position, and get Willian on would add the pace.
Yes.
That's been lacking for me.
Well, right now you've got two defensive midfielders and Fabregas pushed a little bit forward. Spot on. I don't think you needed two there. Conte changed to 3-4-3 after losing 3-0 at Arsenal last September. Give Hazard and Morata a bit more support in attack as well. We will see. Conte. Azpilicueta. If I'm Wenger, I'm wanting more from Welbeck there to get closer to Azpilicueta. Stop that delivery at source. ESPN FC colleague Paul Marriner's a big one about stopping the delivery when you've got the chance, if you've got the chance. Alonso. Real involvement for Elneny since coming on for Jack Wilshere. I think it's pretty clear what Arsenal have come for. Make Chelsea solve the puzzle, try and break them down. Not overly adventurous, don't need to be. An hour gone, it's 0-0 at the Bridge, and this is Marcos Alonso.
And that is a poor touch.
A rare one from the former Bolton player.
And I don't think for Arsenal there has to be much else really. It's get them back to the Emirates in a couple of weeks' time, some reinforcements back on home soil, play a different game. I think it's quite smart up to now really, if they can get if they can pull it off.
Maitland-Niles. for Welbeck. A first touch of the second half from Thibaut Courtois. Tug there by Lacazette. Quickly in as Piliqueta. He's been excellent today, as he is most weeks. Space here for Morata. Advantage played by Martin Atkinson. Xhaka to the rescue. There would have been the perfect example of needing a bit more support if you had another attacking player like a Willian. Didn't really have many options and had to go himself.
Yeah, but he did the hard part first. He let it run across his body, and that opened it up for him. And then he does some of the work he does is very good, and then he gets around the edge of the box there, and he completely gets the ball stuck under his feet. When actually he had the Arsenal defender one-on-one. He had a one-on-one situation there, Morata, and just lost control of the ball.
The away fans who found their voice. Twice finalists under Arsene Wenger of this competition. Arsenal. Heavy favourites in 2011 to beat Birmingham City, but they lost. And the other final defeat, 2007, against the team they're playing tonight, Chelsea. That one on the deck, Rudiger, for Moses. Plenty of the ball, but as yet struggling to find a key to unlock this Arsenal defence. They don't play together very often, Chambers, Mustafi and Holding, but they've done well so far. 5 of these starters for Arsenal played in the 4-2 defeat at Forest. Just 2 of the Chelsea players, Rudiger and Drinkwater, started at Norwich in the goalless drop. That was got a replay next midweek at Stamford Bridge. Better. Drinkwater. Second chance. And Fabregas always on the move. Hard part, well, Holding, and then gave away easy. Drinkwater. It's just pure strength. Oh, Craig.
Well, what I do know, the crosses into the box have been poor. That was another, can't miss the first man here from Drinkwater when Morata's in a decent position. And it's just a little shove in the back. It's not on the shoulder of Azpilicueta, and that was the big problem.
Here he is. 20 minutes gone in the second half. It's no goals in 8 now for Lacazette. So, looks like Sanchez will play as the lone striker for the last 25 minutes. Thoughts?
Unsurprising. Lacazette's been a one chance frustrating night up there on his own, so
better Ball in by Alonso. Victor Moses encouraged to shoot. What a block that is by Mustafi. It was goal bound. We'll never know if Ospina would have saved it or not.
Yeah, he just couldn't afford to leave this goal, Mustafi. Sticks the right leg out, comes off the underneath, and well, it could have gone anywhere, but in all fairness, you know, Arsenal just getting back in there, making it difficult.
Ninth corner and headed wide by Christensen.
I think Chelsea are going to have to work in their heading, because that's 3 now, 2 from Christensen, 1 from Fabregas. Ospina's out in no man's land, gets blocked. He's not the biggest of goalkeepers, and you've got a really big back line, particularly with Holding and Chambers. Let them deal with it. He runs into the back of Rudiger, who doesn't do anything wrong, just stands his ground, and well, I don't know if he closes his eyes or not there, Christensen, but it's an empty net, isn't it? Get it on target and it's in.
5 Bundesliga goals during his time with Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Sanchez was a straight swap, because let Iwobi and Welbeck just graft in behind, help the fullbacks, help the midfield, and get Sanchez on. This is a move I thought would have happened,
yes,
5 or 10 minutes earlier. It is Drinkwater going off, and I think he's been a bit slow to pull the trigger here. Antonio Conte, we'll see. But I think Willian should, for me, give Arsenal so many more problems than what a Drinkwater would.
That'll mean Fabregas just dropping back a little deeper. 3/4 of this game gone. It remains Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. Sanchez and Xhaka in each other's way. Here's Alexis Sanchez. Fabregas. Ready to stay in an advanced role for now. Morata. Eden Hazard. Three or 4 opportunities he had to find Moses there and didn't take any of them.
He's trying to be too clever, isn't he? Just either pick the pass to the right or do what I think he should have done, was take the strike straight away. I mean, his goal return, I think for a player of his ability, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit on the show, he's an extremely talented player, but I think he tries to overcomplicate it too many times, and you know, he should be firing that. You know, I think it's a great chance just to pick out one of the corners here and bend that ball in.
This is how Callum Chambers got hurt. Non-contact as well. They're always the worst. When you go down and there's no one near you. I mean, it could be a potential hyperextension of the knee, maybe.
You know, 6 Premier League goals for Eden Hazard. I don't think for somebody with his ability is a great return. Not in one of the top sides in the Premier League that does create chances, that does dominate a lot of games, and he gets himself in a lot of good positions.
Jens Lehmann, who's wired for sound. They do have Per Mertesacker if required, but they have made 2 changes already, so the next change is the last.
Well, what I would say is the big man wasn't moving too well at the City ground in the FA Cup, Per Mertesacker.
Yeah, the question was, does he have 2 games in the space of 4 or 5 days in him?
Well, in all fairness, for everything he's done in the game, I don't know if he's got 1 in him now.
"20 to go, 0-0. Looking for an opener. That's Piliqueta. Fabregas. Delightful take. careful there. Holding. Offside. Stephen Child, the assistant, providing the explanation to Marcus Alonso. I have to say, Craig, for a team and for players that don't play together very often, Chambers, Mustafi holding in front of Ospina, their organisation today, Arsenal's been very good so far.
It's been pretty good. Aided and abetted, I think, at times by Chelsea's slow play. I thought this Chelsea front line in midfield would have been able to poke little balls down the side of those three players, down the channel, and get Morata and Hazard or a midfielder spinning into those little channels. They've not seemed to be. I know Arsenal have played a little deeper. We've hardly seen one of them have to turn running towards their own goal.
It was once when they played it in between Chambers and Mustafi for Hazard. Now Arsenal on the counter with 4 forward. Alex Iwobi. Oh, goodness. File that one under. Wish I had that chance again. And now those 4 forward are having to get back pretty quickly. Moses. Willian. Again, the double teaming. And the goal kick. ESPN 3 is your home for the second legs of the Carabao Cup semi-finals. On Tuesday, January 23rd at 2:30 Eastern, Bristol City 2-1 down from the first leg against Manchester City. And then 2 weeks from today, 2:55 Eastern, January 24th, second leg of Arsenal against Chelsea. Both matches, of course, streaming live on the ESPN app. Look forward to your company for those two.
That wasn't even a toe poke from Iwobi there, was it?
It was nothing.
He couldn't even get that right. It was a good opportunity. He actually did, the first part of it, he did really well, skipping away from Cesc Fabregas.
Goalless at the Bridge in the league in September. 2-2 last Wednesday at the Emirates. Waiting for another draw. Community Shield finished on square after 90 minutes as well before Arsenal won on penalties. Different type of game from last Wednesday. But even before, the opening goal was scored by Jack Wilshere. It was high quality. Arsenal pressing a bit higher up the field. Like up against Morata. Ozil was relatively close to playing today. He is expected back potentially for the weekend. Arsenal go to Bournemouth. Piliqueta's delivery. Alonso. All those red and white jerseys. Willian. That moved.
Move a little, didn't take a deflection.
So Wenger said at his press conference yesterday, most of the players that are missing tonight will be missing for Sunday, but they have a chance of being back after that. No real issues at all for Chelsea, injury-wise. 15 to go. Issues tonight have been trying to find a way through this Arsenal defence. You can ask for as a manager when players come into the team that are not first choice starters. Give me a reason to keep you in. See much of Alexis since he came on. Lacazette 10 minutes ago. Better. Morata's flick. Willian in the centre, but instead Hazard looked like he went for goal. Foul on Fabregas. It's turned by Alexis Sanchez. Dealt with by Kante there. This is better. And this is Marcos Alonso. Urged to shoot. Couldn't drink for Ospina.
Yeah, it is better. That was a great move from Chelsea, actually. The ball in, back into Morata's feet, little flick round the corner, and then Hazard was away. And it's again what we talk about with Eden Hazard. You know, it's the end product. It should be better for a player of that quality. That ball, for me, he took a touch, at least one or two too many. He should have zipped that left-footed straight across the face of the goal for Willian, who'd made the run.
Sanchez. Period of possession for the visitors. It will be for Welbeck. Sanchez wanted it there, Welbeck. Piliqueta with a great block. Xhaka, who has been booked, was just in the way there. Nothing you could do about that. Morata against 3 Arsenal defenders. And 3 usually gets the better of 1. Seeing a little bit more from Arsenal over the last 3 or 4 minutes. I haven't seen Bellerin at all today as an attacking force. Because he's on the same side as Hazard. Doesn't want to get drawn out of position. A frustrating night for Alvaro Morata.
He gets clattered in the calf by Granit Xhaka, who's just going to have to be a little careful.
The only booking of the game so far for a foul on Rudiger after 51. It's been very well handled by Martin Atkinson.
Complaints really from N'Golo Kante there. It was a poor challenge. You mentioned Bellerin not getting forward. Listen, too often we've criticised Arsenal for going away from home in some of the big games and being too gung-ho, too open. You know, clearly the squad's not allowing it tonight, but
Sanchez just too much for Mustafi. Well, they've come here with a game plan and they've executed it so far after nearly 80 minutes to perfection. Take the 0-0 back to the Emirates. We have a 90-minute shootout, potentially more. Morata. What I like about him is he never shies away from getting involved. Woo. 10 to go. Arsenal ball. Join us Sunday, January 21st as the US Women's National Team hosts Denmark from San Diego in an international friendly. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Also streams live on the ESPN app. Remember, ESPN FC tonight with that exclusive interview with Christian Pulisic. Stein has been speaking to Pulisic. We'll hear more from the youngster this evening on ESPN FC. Maitland-Niles for Sanchez. option that Wenger's got left on the bench offensively is Theo Walcott. I wonder if he'll end up back at Southampton. It's nearly 12 years he's been at Arsenal now. It's like they've weathered the storm and now trying to provide something of their own, Arsenal. Christensen's had a couple of chances, decent chances from set pieces in the second half. Morata, a shot from distance saved. That's about it as far as Chelsea are concerned. Arsenal have had nothing of note in the second half.
Well, that sort of half-decent run from Iwobi. Ended up with a bad toe poke. It wasn't. I get you. It wasn't a great.
Yeah, end product-wise.
Yeah, it wasn't a great chance. I just think, for me, honestly, and I've said it, and I'm repeating myself, the onus here was on the home side, right? With a much stronger team, with an opportunity to go out and really go at Arsenal from the first whistle, gung ho, put them under pressure, play a dynamic game, and then really knock the stuffing out of them. They didn't. They allowed Arsenal to be comfortable, and that's how pretty much they've been most of the game.
Arsenal looking to win it, and they've got a free kick. They've not won here since October 2011. A Van Persie hat-trick, Theo Walcott, and remember Andre Santos? He scored as well.
Nice and direct from Alexis Sanchez there, and a little push in the back from Willian. Another chance to send the big boys forward. Saw Mustafi getting in just 3 or 4 minutes ago and nearly getting in.
Bakayoko replacing Eden Hazard. Second change for Antonio Conte. Sanchez to Elneny. Xhaka. First involvement for Bakayoko. I have to say today, the set pieces have left a lot to be desired from both teams.
Well, that one almost hit Martin Atkinson.
It did. He had to be alert to get out the way. Strength from Xhaka. This is Rob Holding. Welbeck. It's Chelsea with a lot of bodies back. Alexis Sanchez. And then he wants on the far side. He should have got directly. He's got it now. By Christensen. And then by Alonso. A bit sloppy. 5 to go and Arsenal with possession. Welbeck. Iwobi. And then the shot from Xhaka. A frustration among those with blue and white scarves on tonight.
Yeah, and you can hear that coming through there because I think they were looking for Courtois to throw that out quick before Arsenal got themselves organised again, but there wasn't too many takers.
Again involved. Elneny gets the card.
good strength here from Morata. Good perseverance. It's not always been pretty and tidy, some of his work, but you can't fault him for the work rate.
His race is run. He's played in all 3 of the League Cup games this season. The challenge is a strong one.
No.
But a legal one, according to the officials.
Yeah, didn't see anything wrong with that at all.
Bakayoko. Pendulum swings the other way now. Willian. Fabregas. Shuai near post. Corner.
Arsenal players looking for offside there. Hands go up, but he's not. Says Fabregas, and he's taking his time looking to dink that little lob wedge towards the back post. Didn't quite get it.
10th corner. Very few of them have been decent from Chelsea.
No, he's looking at that incident again. Welbeck takes the ball, so they're, in my opinion, yes. So for me, no penalty.
Take a look.
Correct decision, I think. Martin Atkinson, I don't think he'll even go over and look at this. I'll be surprised.
VAR headquarters in Uxbridge, 16 miles away. Nothing doing. Surprised it was stopped. Batshuayi a little bit off balance there.
So that's where the lack of communication with the crowd,
yes,
and the viewer, sometimes.
That's when it can be frustrating.
Fabregas makes a run, Welbeck comes across, there is contact with Fabregas, but there was contact with the ball. To me, that's a good challenge.
Yep, I think so.
And it didn't have to take that long for it to be relayed. A risky one, yeah, absolutely, but a good one.
Well, Stevie Nicol and Alejandro Moreno disagreed with us. They thought it was a penalty in the first half. We'll find out what they have to say with the ESPN FC coming up shortly. Stevie Nicol just likes an argument. Well, it looks like he's going to have to go to the Emirates and face his team without having scored at home. Just like these two teams did back in the 17th of September in the Premier League this season, a goalless draw. Unless there's a sting in the tail. Chelsea have scored in the 90th minute. Quite a lot in this competition this season. They've also conceded in the 90th minute. Almost 5 minutes added on. Fouled by Maitland-Niles. Chelsea have conceded a 90th minute goal in their 3 League Cup ties this season. They've also scored twice in the last minute, so there may yet be some drama. Fabregas. Good strength by Mustafi. Did the armband And Wilshere went off after 57 minutes. Piliqueta. Alexis Sanchez fouled, and the frustration levels increase. The Chelsea supporters. It's a patient build-up with no end product.
And good play from and good strength from Sanchez here, just to alleviate a little bit of pressure and soak up a bit of time.
No doubt who's going to be the happier of the managers. Arsene Wenger's team have got no clean sheets in 5 and 12 goals conceded in that time. Chelsea are unbeaten in 8 in all competitions. They'll remain that way. I'll be unbeaten in 9 unless we get a late goal.
They haven't played well again tonight. It's just not been. It's not been fluid enough. It's not been quick enough. Passing's been slow, back square. When they have been in the final third, the end product's not been good. They've had 2 or 3 good chances from headers that have been poor.
Unusually languid, Chelsea today.
And Arsenal's criticism over the piece usually is, oh, they're a bit of a soft touch. Well, they haven't been without a host of their key players. They've done the ugly side of the game well up until now. They've battled. They've had decent shape. They've headed it away at the back and been organised when they've had to be. They've tucked their wide guys in. They've made it difficult for Chelsea to go through the middle. And they've scrapped.
Time running out, fair result this?
Yeah, well, I mean, Chelsea have had the better chances, but being the home side and with the disparity of the 2 squads available, I would have expected that to be the case. So, yeah, I think Arsenal will be, well, they deserve a point. I think they'll be very happy at a point at a draw. They'll be happy with a draw. And for sheer graft, why not?
There's 2 chances in the second half from Christensen, especially the second one at the back post. This may be their last chance, Chelsea. Once again, Mustafi has been excellent today. Double teaming continues, the pressing continues, and the frustration continues among Chelsea supporters.
He'll be pleased. Got absolutely smashed again at the weekend after the debacle at Nottingham Forest. So he'll be well happy. He'll get some reinforcements back. I don't think he can be pleased with what he's seen from his side. I'm sure he'll paint it in a slightly different way. The tie's very much alive, but I think it swings more back in favour of a 50-50 tie. I mean, I thought Chelsea were big favourites over the 2 legs, particularly with Arsenal's injuries. But now, depending on who they get back in a couple of weeks and being at home, they're going to give themselves a hell of a better chance. And I think Chelsea have made it difficult for themselves.
The full-time whistle in the match. It's half-time in the tie. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. Final thoughts from Craig Burley.
Yeah, good scrapping performance from Arsenal. Really dug in when they were lacking quite a few troops. I think Wenger will be pleased at that, particularly off the back of the weekend. They didn't have many chances in the game, but I didn't expect them to do so. I expected Chelsea, Mark, to dominate. They did, but in the final third, they were poor.
Dan, Alejandro Moreno and Stevie Nicol with you after the break, talking about those penalty incidents and the VAR interjection. For Craig Burley, I'm Mark Donaldson. Thank you for joining us. Second legs, remember, on ESPN 3. We leave you with a final score from Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0.